It's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. I got all kinds of free stuff available that would cost thousands of dollars if an attorney shared it with you. I have free videos everywhere on Instagram and on my YouTube channel. I have a page on my website that says free stuff. There's free information on there. Things that I would do, situations I would do, and the statutes in Washington, my own notes on parenting plans, and what laws apply, and what I argued. Again, I'm not technically giving anybody legal advice. I'm just telling you what I did and what worked, and the information's out there for you to research. So if anything, I'm tipping you off to where stuff is that you could decide and take a shortcut to on your own. But that being said, somebody might think that I'm a hustler and a con because I do charge for time and actual work on cases or working with people one-on-one, but I have to eat and make a living, and I'm giving advice. There's all kinds of people out there who do what I do, charging hundreds of dollars more, and then the attorneys charge thousands of dollars more. And what I've done and what I've seen, when I've worked with other fathers and some mothers, it actually works. People I work with put on their own trials, and clerks of the courthouse say, did you go to law school? Where'd you learn all this? Your stuff's put together. Your trial notebook and your oral argument and all this other stuff is put together way better than any attorney I've seen. So, and the stuff I do works. The proof in the pudding is my own court orders on my website. So you know I'm not a hustler and a con, and most of you know that I'm speaking from the heart and telling the truth, and I don't get up here with fancy suits and fancy effects because I'm just giving you the hard, cold truth that no attorney or other father's rights advocate will give you. And again, I actually won. And thousands of people that I've worked with have actually won in court, taking the information that I share and running with it and doing it without an attorney. So, why would anybody not at least take advantage of the free stuff? If you think I'm a hustler and con, then don't call me. Because you're not using common sense like a lot of fathers do, or a lot of fathers who are too lazy or too scared, or they quit already on their kids because they lost one hearing, or they spent $10,000 on an attorney because they didn't realize after the first $2,000, then the next $2,500 retainer, then the next $5,000 retainer, that the attorney wasn't worth crap until they were broke and in debt to their parents or in debt to somebody that they took a second mortgage out on. You didn't realize from the first when I called family law attorneys, I could talk like this because I've been exactly where you've been, but I used common sense and I actually cared about my daughter enough to fight for her. Now, I'm not saying you don't love your kid, but you love your comfort, you love your pocketbook, or you love your own fear, mostly it's your own comfort zone, more than your own kid. When I fought in court, it wasn't fun. It was scary. But you know what was scarier than the court system? And I've said this before. The court system is like a tunnel in an Indiana Jones movie. It's filled with snakes and bugs and thugs and knuckleheads and thieves and robbers and killers in a dark, ugly tunnel. But at the other side of the tunnel is my daughter. What am I going to do? Am I going to say I don't care enough for my daughter to go through that tunnel? No. I'm doing everything that I can because you know what I'm afraid of more than those thugs and snakes and vipers and rabid animals and all that other stuff in that dark tunnel? You know what I'm afraid of more than that? Is facing my daughter one day and say I didn't fight for her. I'm going to at least face her when she's 18 years old. If the mother never let me see her or violated my time, I'm going to say, and she says, where were you, Dad? I'll say, look at this pile of paperwork in the court. Go talk to your mother about me not being in your life. That was what I was afraid of. Was facing that, and my own fear and accountability to God that I'm going to give an answer for as far as being an involved father. So as far as I was concerned, I was going to fight for 18 years if I didn't get something fair. And it turned out that relentless mentality was what drove me to do the only thing that actually works in this stuff. And I'm sitting here showing and telling people, here's what works, and here's a whole bunch of stuff that's free, and they don't even want to look at the free stuff because they think I'm a con artist, or they think I'm a hustler, or they're just mad that I won and I had it easier. I didn't have it easier. I went through hell for 7 years, and then I even went through hell after that because the mother sicked another attorney on me, who, when I exposed him, had a relentless gay stalker psycho pursuit of me until my daughter was about 15 years old. So it didn't stop. But my relentlessness to fight for justice didn't stop either. So, you had a kid with a crazy woman, or some of you women had a kid with a crazy dad. Oh well, it is what it is now. And now the government's involved trying to destroy your parental rights. What are you going to do, lay down? So, at the very least, what I'm saying is, I have free stuff and free resources out there. If people just took that all by itself and studied it and used it and did some research, and a lot of you lazy, cowardly, wimpy, soft dads grew a pair and actually acted like you're the father of your own kid and wanted to fight to rescue them. If a total stranger kidnapped your kids, you would be on the news, rallying people to go hunt for them all over town, like Adam Walsh did when he was looking for his kid, and he found his kid dead, unfortunately. Then he rallied, then he stirred up a whole movement where now he's got, I forgot what it is, Crime Stoppers or whatever, where they're hunting people down that are abducting kids. So he made a whole movement out of it and took all that energy and didn't sit around and whine and cry. I'm sure he does, legitimately, but at the same time, he coupled that with energy doing something about it. So, there's guys that I've met with one time, and they didn't even call me until 4, 5, 6 months later and said they got custody, they got 50-50, because they took everything that I gave them, the little I gave them, and took it to heart and ran with it. All the information that I have out here, like I said in another post, 1% of that is what I learned in the beginning of my case. And I took that and ran with it. And I've won over and over in court. I've went through hell. I've spent hours, weeks, and months researching case law and all these other things that I just share with people for free, and nobody wants to take advantage of it. You know why? Because you've been psychologically beat down and abused, so you're just going to sit in a corner and you're going to huddle and you're going to whine and cry about the system and hope and wish it goes away, and it's not. What if Martin Luther King did that? Or Malcolm X? Or the women in the feminist movement did that? There'd be no equality for a whole bunch of people or whole groups of people. So here's the next major civil rights violation against parents. Now there's the criminal justice system against poor people and people of color, but the other next major civil rights violation is against parents. So everybody's going to sit down and whine and cry about the system, or they're going to be some people who do something about it. It usually only takes a few revolutionary people to change the system. But if everybody went in the system and fought it like it's supposed to be fought, and fought in a way that actually works, we'd actually turn the system upside down. But everybody wants to sit around and follow these fathers' rights groups who promise that in 8 months they're going to propose a law that gets rejected and they're going to try it next year and next year. Meanwhile, you're missing out on your kid. I'd rather fight now and win in court, or give it a shot at the best chance possible to win in court now. I would kill for somebody like me in 2001 to help me out with my case back then. And I never got any free stuff. And I'm sitting here offering free stuff, which is 100 times more than, the free stuff I offer is probably 20 to 25 times more the information than I got at the beginning of my case that I had to pay for from somebody who helped me out. So this is free stuff we're talking about. You have nothing to lose. And I'm sacrificing my time right now just to get on here to wake people up, because they can't do it themselves and they can't use common sense. And there's dads out there that go by and see, oh, this guy, how I got custody. Oh, that's good for him. And you don't slap yourself and think, wow, I want custody, or I want 50-50. Let me go find out what he did. That's like I put an example in another video. If you want to become a good basketball player, Michael Jordan has a camp down here for like $50 for the weekend, and a midget who got cut from his basketball team has a camp for $3,000. You go with him because it's priced more, so he must know more because it costs more. A lawyer, he must know more. He's got a law degree. He charges thousands of dollars. He's got a suit and tie in a fancy office. And you never, as a father, you never ask that lawyer, how many guys have you helped get 50-50? How many guys have you helped get custody? If you have a plumber or mechanic, you ask them, how many transmissions have you changed? So we care more about our material things than we do about our own kids, and we'll do more research about it. Take advantage. If you don't like what I'm saying, or it's too harsh, or the truth is too harsh for you, then don't talk to me. But at least take advantage of the free stuff. It's there for free, and I'll still leave these free videos up and the free resources and free stuff on my website. It's free. If you care about your kids, do a little bit of digging for the sake of your life with your kids.